One girl was told she had to share a bed with the biological male student.
That's insane. Wait, how old are they? 12?
She's a preteen. So yeah. Hey guys, welcome back to Normal Gaze, where we take on LGBT insanity. I'm Brad Polumbo here with Clarkson Lawson.
What's up, guys? Now, before we get started, I have to announce what we did for our normies, well, our members-only normies. So we tested our lesbian gaydar. We were very bad at it, and that video is available now. So click the link in the comments and join. This week, I am reacting to your mean comments about
and
my
very
jaw.
funny comment
about
his surgery, his jaw-affirming care.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them were funny because y'all are like us. You're a little mean, but quite humorous. So.
Yeah, we can take a joke.
Yeah. We've taken more than that. Oh, God. I'm cutting that.
What? No, you're not. You cannot cut that out.
Oh, my God.
For once, he meant to drag me, but then he accidentally dragged himself. And that's like, wow, that's going to go down in the history books.
That.
No, you can't cut that.
Oh.
I'm going to comment under this video and say, Brad cut something out, and then I'm going to write the transcript.
Okay. Anyway, we're reacting to another horror story that seems like, just imagine the scenario that is perfectly designed in a lab to play into like right-wing media, to demonize all trans people.
Is this like a woke story?
Yeah. Well, it's a news story, so we're going to watch a clip from Fox News, and we will reflect as we go along.
Okay.
It is absolutely insane.
Well, now here is something unbelievable. I mean, truly unbelievable. Several Colorado parents are suing their local school district. They say that the school booked their preteen daughters in a hotel room with a transgender student on an overnight school trip. One girl was told she had to share a bed with the biological male student. Now, those parents are speaking out.
She says, Mom, my bedmate just informed me that they are a boy, and I don't know what to do. I was shocked. All the meetings that we had about the trip, they always said girls were going to be on one floor of the hotel and boys were going to be on another.
You get a mountain of paperwork to go on these trips. Nowhere in that paperwork was the transgender policy. The school district should be putting policies out there to protect all children, not some subset of those children. And the policy needs to protect everybody.
I mean, what do you say about that? A conservative legal group filed suit on behalf of the families. It's released a statement saying the district's policy of rooming students by gender identity rather than sex without prior notice or a sex-separated alternative violates the family's free exercise, bodily privacy, and parental rights.
That's insane. Wait, how old are they? 12?
She's a preteen. So yeah.
That's insane. That's honestly, and like, no.
Absolutely not. That is so crazy. And why is it always Colorado too? Like,
it's always Colorado.
All these crazy stories come out of California or Colorado. They must have like the most radical blue state laws. But it's like you couldn't get the kid their own bed.
That's what I'm saying. Like what?
Or you couldn't get them
their own room?
Their own room.
I would just, at that point, but then like it would be much better to spend more money on creating a safe space so that those kids you don't have to deal with this.
Or like find parents that are okay with it and the kids are all okay with it and put them in a room with them. Like it seems like,
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like if for whatever reason they can't get the kid their own hotel room, which I don't really understand why they couldn't. I'm sure there are some parents out of this class who would have been fine with it, but to do that without even asking parents or letting them know is so creepy and so inappropriate, such an obvious infringement of like basic parental autonomy.
It's also like realistically speaking, at that age, you're like, I don't know what the word is. It's a very opportunistic time for young boys, and they lack a lot of impulse control, and they have crazy amounts of hormones. If this young person is going through puberty, like that, it is way more unsafe for these young girls than it would be if a 19-year-old is sharing a bed with a transgender 19-year-old. I'm sorry. It's vastly different. Like if you've gone through male puberty, which we both have, it's crazy.
It's weird. And this is just so obviously a bad idea. And the fact that anyone thought this was a good idea or would even like defend this in court and be like, yeah, no, that's what we were right, is so insane to me. Let's listen to a little more from Fox.
The school has not responded to Fox's request for comments. I mean, if you think about all of the crazy things that happen in this world, Guy, that's got to be right up near the top.
It's insane, right? Here's a young girl who's on an overnight school trip who finds out in the moment that not only is she sharing a room with someone with male genitalia, she is in a bed with that person. And the parents aren't told about any of this. I mean, that is wild. You can have different views on trans adults and say everyone should be treated with dignity, etc. These are kids. This is a school setting. This is absolutely insane. I have no idea who would defend this or how. I think no comment from the school is not going to cut it. Certainly in response to a lawsuit that they have quite clearly invited and brought on themselves. And by the way, if you want to have some sort of accommodation for a student who identifies as trans at that age, I think you can probably get that person his or her own room. But putting that person into a sex-segregated bed with a girl is just completely unacceptable.
Yeah, that's crazy. But the thing is they're going to justify this because they're in their minds the only person that matters in the situation is the minority.
Yes, that's how they see the world.
Trans person. So they're thinking, oh, this young trans person, which I can empathize with. When I was a young gay man, I didn't want to be surrounded by a bunch of young boys who would bully me.
Yeah.
But that doesn't trump the safety of girls.
No, and that's insane. And in fact, that's like a perfect recipe for backlash. As soon as you start involving people's kids or infringing on parental rights, which so many of these policies, these like ultra gender identity things, they really do. And the problem is at some level, it's like reality denial. Yeah. To them, it's as simple as, well, trans girls are girls, so why wouldn't they be with other girls? It's like that Helen Weberly chick who was like, one strong woman won a competition for strong women. What's the problem? We're like, well, she has a dick.
It's like you can't even have a serious conversation about this.
You can't, because half of the participants like literally will not acknowledge biology or reality.
Right.
And so how can you even...
They're like, no, they're exactly the same as girls. Actually, this whole conversation is moot. We can't even have it. Like that, it's dumb.
It is. And the problem is, though, that I don't really see the professional activist class or really anybody ever abandoning these hardline positions. And as long as they do, they will lose. Like that, people are never going to be on board with that.
Well, that's what happens when you become super tribal is like you can't, it's happening on the right too for other issues.
Yeah.
You don't denounce your extremists because then there's a fracture on your side. You just need to keep your energy focused on fighting the enemy. But the problem that people have is that we are not enemies. We are all living in the same country. We're not on two different sides. We're not on two different sides of the fence. We're in the same fucking backyard. So when you sit there and you just like fight the other side, fight the other side, fight the other side, you actually don't end up solving any problems in the country at all. You just create more in different forms.
You guys let us know what you think of this story. This is one of those that like, you hear about the cakes, you hear about the sports, but this is like one of the most insane examples of gender stuff when you're literally forcing children to share beds with the other. It's just wild.
No.
Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Make sure you're subscribed, hit the like button and all of that. Become a member to unlock our weekly members only videos and help support our content. And we'll be back with more Normal Gays real soon.